Good evening. This is Tom Ficklin, Chief Information Officer for Empower New Haven. I'm going to start off by saying something that is not really scripted, meaning that I'm sitting in a very comfortable chair here at Citizens Television. And the point I'm trying to make is that when you work with Citizens Television, and we've had the pleasure of being here and producing shows for the last several years, their intention is to make you comfortable. And that's really important. Citizens Television is a public access station, but it's also a community asset. It's a major community asset. So I have no problem, and Joe Schofield and staff never have encouraged me to say this, but I guess it's on my heart to say that they are here to serve you, to serve us, to serve the community, and we just really encourage people to take advantage of Citizens Television as we have. Today's show and this evening's show, because again, this show will be aired at various times, although it's our regular Empowered Voices programming, is devoted to National Homeownership Month. June is National Homeownership Month. The President of the United States, George Bush, has proclaimed June as National Homeownership Month. And I wanted to begin by reading a proclamation that he sent out to the public. This proclamation appears in our website, on our website, I should say, as well as we've sent it to the various media. But it's important for folks to know that the current administration is committed to homeownership, and needless to say, Empower New Haven has been involved with homeownership for a number of years. And in fact, this provides us with an opportunity to just further celebrate our homeownership successes and the residents of the Empowerment Zone and those that have purchased in the Empowerment Zone to pursue first-time homeownership, to improve their home through our New Haven Beautiful program, through our My Home Power program, through our New Haven Saves program. And you're going to hear more about these initiatives this evening. Also, during this particular special, and I want to call it a special broadcast because, again, a proclamation as a National Homeownership Month, this only happens once a year. We're going to have the opportunity to show excerpts from a public information session on our My Home Power program. And My Home Power, it's a kind of a spinoff MI Home Power, Mortgage Insurance Home Power program, which we'll talk more about. But it's a national, innovative, creative way for first-time homeowners to not only purchase a home, but also to kind of be set on the right path regarding wealth preservation and not to be taken advantage of in terms of these predatory lenders that are out here, to kind of receive ongoing assistance regarding financial literacy, et cetera. But let me go to it. Again, this month, June 2007, President Bush has proclaimed June as National Homeownership Month. And the proclamation reads by the President of the United States, proclamation. Owning a home is part of the American dream, and National Homeownership Month is an opportunity to encourage our citizens to explore the benefits of owning a home. Owning a home provides a source of security and stability for many of our citizens. My administration is committed to fostering an ownership society and helping more Americans realize the great promise of our country. Today, nearly 70% of Americans own their homes, and the rate of minority home ownership has climbed to above 50% since I took office in 2001. The Department of Housing and Urban Development is continuing to enforce the Fair Housing Act, to confront housing discrimination and advance equal housing opportunities for everyone. We are also working with the Congress to modernize the Federal Housing Administration in order to better provide safe, fair, and affordable mortgages to first-time homeowners, minorities, and individuals with less than perfect credit. In addition, the American Dream Down Payment Act of 2003 is helping thousands of low to moderate income and minority families with the down payment and closing cost on their homes. My administration also continues to support more funding for the Self-Help Ownership Opportunity Program and the Home Investment Partnership Program, which provide low-income citizens and minorities with more homeownership opportunities. During National Homeownership Month and throughout the year, I urge citizens to consider homeownership opportunities in their communities, and I applaud American homeowners for helping fuel the economy. Now therefore I, George W. Bush, President of the United States, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Constitution and laws of the United States, do hereby proclaim June 2007 as National Homeownership Month. I call upon the people of the United States to join me in recognizing the importance of homeownership and building a more prosperous future. In witness thereof, I hereunto set my hands this first day of June in the year of our Lord 2007, and of the independence of the United States, of America 231st, George W. Bush. I wanted to take time to read the proclamation in its entirety to really convey the importance of this homeownership initiative that Empower New Haven is involved with, but also the importance of it from a federal policy standpoint and from a national economy standpoint. As I mentioned, we're going to go to some segments now regarding our My Home Power information session that we held at John Martinez School. Just to give you a little insight about our My Home Power program, we're going to show about 8 or 9 minutes of that, and I'll come back with some further comments regarding our celebration of National Homeownership Month.
For generations to come, empowering all, one by one. We're empowered New Haven, combining hope with possibilities. Here in our community, we're making a lasting difference for generations to come, empowering all, one by one. We're empowered New Haven, combining hope with possibilities. Here in our community, we're making a lasting difference for generations to come, empowering all, one by one.
I would just like to say good evening to everyone. Thank you so much for taking time to come here this evening. And at this time, I want to talk about our President and CEO just for a few minutes. You know, sometimes we have a boss that always want to give orders, but they never want to pitch in to help. That's not our boss. Whatever she tells us to do, she always our hands sometimes as we go through what we need to do. And sometimes we'll say, you know, I think we really can't do this. She says, oh yes, we can. And from that, we get to start. And I would like to present to some and introduce to others our President CEO of Empower New Haven, Althea Richardson.
Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I'm Althea Marshall Richardson from Empower New Haven. I kind of got stumped because I never know what Rose is going to say when she comes up. I'm not quite sure how she's going to present me, but it truly is an honor and privilege to be here, and that the fact that we can present this wonderful strategy to you that really is going to impact homeownership in a way you could have never imagined. It wasn't something we just thought up or someone said we should do because it's the right thing to do. It really was something that was through much thought, approximately about 9 months of work with lender partners, our MI partners, with CAFA, the number of the city of New Haven, to launch and create a product that really was going to help people build wealth. It wasn't about buying a home. It wasn't about just paying a mortgage. It was much more than that. I was just sharing with Carol and Valencia that there's this data, the Home Mortgage Disclosure Act, that requires that, you know, there's reporting annually on mortgages and how people secure the mortgages. And unfortunately for African Americans and Hispanics and Latinos, the rate of individuals being victims of what they call predatory lending has increased since 2004. The data was for 2005. That should not be happening. That means individuals are securing mortgages that are astronomical in their interest rates, the fees associated with purchasing the home, and we are, you know, African Americans are being subjected to that at a rate higher than any other ethnic or racial group. My Home Power is one of the strategies that's going to address that. We have a closed list of lenders with our partners we're excited to be working on this particular project with. That's People's, Citizens, New Alliance, and Bank of America. And we approached every brick and mortar bank in the city of New Haven to step up and say, we want to be a good partner in the community. We want to offer goods and services and products to new homeowners so that they're not strapped trying to purchase a home. The American dream, as they call it, should be available to everybody, but not at a cost that's going to, within a year or so, people are losing their homes. I'm sure someone in this room know somebody who's foreclosed on their home not too long after they got it, or find themselves robbing people to pay Paul just to cover that mortgage. A story I shared on Saturday was about an individual who rose up, worked with through one of our other homeownership programs that didn't have the components of this one, who was paying 14% interest on a mortgage. 14% interest. And despite our plea, Rosa's plea to her to really reconsider, it's that microwave gratification. I want what I want now, right now, give it to me now. And she closed on this particular mortgage, and you know, I wish her the best, and I hope she holds on to that home, but with an interest rate like that, taxes and a number of other things, that's going to be pretty tough for her considering the income bracket she's in. So the My Home Power strategy was something to address all of those issues. You're offering the state's best anti-predatory lending package, which is the Chapter MI program, which offers the lowest interest rate, that even below that of banks. It's going to work in conjunction with our banking partners. Components of your mortgage will be addressed. For example, one thing a lot of new homeowners don't recognize is this little amount that you pay every month called PMI, or mortgage insurance. It's this one little line item that's on a mortgage that shows up that can range anywhere from $150 to $300 a month that you pay. Some folks don't ask a whole lot of questions about it. They just assume it's a part of their mortgage. But it's just something very similar to what you pay on your car. It's a type of insurance to just give the entity that, say you purchased a car from the dealership or GMAC, VW Credit, whoever it is, that if something happens to the car, it's covered. It's in that same way mortgage insurance functions. And so when we did an audit of our homeownership program, this kept popping up, mortgage insurance. I was like, what is that thing that keeps coming up? And it was this thing called mortgage insurance. Now, when you look at it, it's something you pay generally from 10 to 15 years. So you do the math. $300 a month, 12 months a year, for 15 years. It's a whole lot of money. And you don't get it back. It doesn't reduce your mortgage. It's just money in the pocket of an MI company, a mortgage insurance company, just to make sure for those 10 to 15 years, when you get your mortgage at a place where the bank feels comfortable that they don't need insurance anymore, and then it goes away. Well, who is that fair to? Who's getting wealthy off of that? It's not you. It's the mortgage insurance company. Not to say they're bad people, but they're wonderful partners working with us on it, and part of the reason why we're here today. So with that, up to $10,000 you'll get will cover this thing called mortgage insurance. We'll pay the premium up front, knock it out, and then you'll have that $150 to $300 for yourself. Part of what this is going to teach you is not to go to the mall with that extra $150, not to get a new car with that $150 to $300, or go out and buy some, new Jordans for your son or for your daughter or whatever, but to really begin to do things and inform you about things and educate you about things, about what it really means to build wealth. That a CD is not just something you buy at the music store. It's something that can help you build wealth. IRAs and 401ks and money market accounts. Some of that language gets a little confusing and difficult to understand and intimidating, but this particular strategy is going to help you understand what all that means. All of us like money, don't we? Come on now, there's nothing wrong. It's not to say you love it. I didn't say love it. We like to be able to have things, because it's not just about today. For those of you who do have children, it's about building wealth and leaving something for your children and your children's children. Not to just buy a house and leave them with a mortgage, to begin to do things and set things in motion that's going to change your life for generations to come. So I wish you the best. I encourage you to talk with Rosa, talk with Eunice, ask all the questions you can. We have Carol DeRosa here from Chapel. We have folks here from our banking partners. Ask the questions. Our real estate partners who know about this particular strategy. It's going to change things for you. It's not just about home buyer education and credit counseling. It's beyond getting the home. It's what's next. A lot of us don't visit our banks after we purchase a house. This is about building that bridge and creating a partnership between you and your bank, that they provide more to you than just that mortgage that they lend to you when you purchase a home. That when your child wants to go to college, you can walk in there. Or you want to go to college and have funds and credit extended to you, or loan dollars extended to you. Begin to save those extra $5, $10, $15, $20 that you have sitting around. and not put it in a jar or under your mattress or keep it in your wallet, but let it make money for you. And that's what this is going to teach you about beyond purchasing a home. So I'm glad to see all of you here. If any of you know someone else who's interested in purchasing a home, not quite sure, I encourage you to take all that you get here and bring it back, because you want to make sure everyone knows about this. So good luck and best wishes to you.